We often find ourselves captivated by stories of people who lived centuries ago in times we can only imagine through books or artifacts, but it's equally important to recognize figures from more recent history, individuals whose legacies continue to shape our world in profound and often underappreciated ways. One such figure, especially within the Islamic world, is Sheikh Amadou Bamba. Born in 1853 in Senegal, Bamba was a Sufi saint, scholar, poet, and social revolutionary. His peaceful resistance to French colonialism and his profound spiritual teachings inspire millions even today. His life is a remarkable story of resilience, faith, and an unwavering commitment to nonviolence, standing alongside other iconic figures like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Yet, Bamba's approach was deeply rooted in his understanding of Islamic spirituality, making his story both unique and universally relevant. Let's take a closer look at his extraordinary life, his teachings, and the Muridiyya order, a Sufi brotherhood he founded that remains a powerful force in Senegal and beyond. Setting the stage, Senegal in the 19th century. To understand Amadou Bamba's impact, we need to explore the context of 19th century Senegal. This was a time of immense change and upheaval marked by the expansion of French colonial rule across West Africa. The French government implemented policies of assimilation aimed at erasing local traditions, imposing the French language and culture, and restructuring the governance of the region. These policies were designed to turn the colonized into Frenchmen in language and values, eroding their cultural identities. Naturally, this sparked widespread resistance. Senegal was a diverse land, home to various ethnic groups, religious communities, and tribal leaders. Some local leaders chose to collaborate with the French, seeing it as a way to maintain some level of power or stability. Others took up arms in violent resistance. But amidst this chaos, Amadou Bamba emerged with a radically different approach, one rooted in spiritual transformation rather than physical conflict. Bamba's early life and education. Amadou Bamba's early life was shaped by his family's deep dedication to education and spirituality. His father, Momar Anta Sali Mbake, was a respected Islamic scholar and judge who belonged to the Maliki school of jurisprudence, the dominant Islamic tradition in the region. Under his father's tutelage, Bamba was immersed in the study of the Quran, Hadith, the sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad, and Islamic law from a young age. His education emphasized not only intellectual rigor, but also moral character and spiritual growth. Despite this scholarly environment, Bamba's childhood and adolescence were marked by the turbulence of his surroundings. The region where he grew up became a hotbed of conflict as tribal leaders, resistance fighters, and colonial forces clashed. Bamba witnessed firsthand the devastation of war, including the displacement of families and the destruction of communities. These experiences likely influenced his later commitment to peace and nonviolence. Even as a young man, Bamba showed exceptional spiritual insight. He was known for retreating into nature for extended periods of prayer and contemplation, seeking solitude to connect with God. His peers and elders were drawn to his wisdom, humility, and charisma, recognizing in him the potential for great leadership. A turning point, the path of Sufism. In 1883, when Bamba's father passed away, his spiritual journey entered a new phase. He distanced himself from the political entanglements of his father's role as an advisor to local rulers and instead committed fully to the path of Sufism. Sufism, the mystical branch of Islam, focuses on the inner purification of the soul and the cultivation of a direct experiential relationship with God. Bamba traveled to Mauritania, a center of Islamic scholarship, to study under renowned Sufi masters. This period of intense learning deepened his understanding of the spiritual sciences and prepared him for his role as a teacher and leader. Upon returning to Senegal, Bamba began attracting followers drawn to his teachings on self-discipline, humility, and devotion to God. The birth of the Muridiyya.
Bamba's growing following marked the beginning of the Muridiya order. At its core, the Muridiya emphasized the transformative power of education, hard work, and spiritual discipline. Bamba believed that true resistance to oppression began with the individual. By purifying one's heart, cultivating a strong work ethic, and living according to Islamic principles, one could contribute to the betterment of society as a whole. Central to Bamba's philosophy was the concept of jihad, not the often misunderstood idea of holy war, but the broader Islamic meaning of struggle. For Bamba, jihad was a struggle against the self, jihad al-nafs, a quest for inner purification and a means of resisting colonial oppression through peaceful and ethical living. He called this the jihad of the pen, emphasizing education, moral refinement, and community building over violence. One of the most striking aspects of Bamba's teachings was their inclusivity. The Muridiya welcomed followers from all walks of life, breaking down traditional social hierarchies. Bamba's system of tarbaya, or spiritual education, combined religious instruction with practical skills, creating a holistic approach to personal and communal development. Conflict with colonial authorities. As Bamba's influence grew, so did the unease of the French colonial authorities. They saw his ability to mobilize people, not for war, but for a shared spiritual and ethical mission, as a threat to their control. In 1895, they arrested him on charges of inciting rebellion, even though he had explicitly denounced violence. Bamba was exiled to Gabon, a remote and inhospitable region where many prisoners perished. But rather than breaking his spirit, the exile became a period of profound spiritual growth. During his 7 years in Gabon, Bamba wrote extensively, producing some of his most enduring works of poetry. These writings, composed in Arabic, celebrated devotion to God and the Prophet Muhammad and offered guidance on the spiritual path. When Bamba returned to Senegal in 1903, his movement had only grown stronger. The French, still wary of his influence, exiled him again, this time to Mauritania. However, this second exile was less harsh, and it allowed Bamba to further develop the structure of the Muridiya order. According to tradition, it was during this time that he received a unique spiritual litany, or weird, in a vision of the Prophet Muhammad, solidifying the Muridiya as a distinct Sufi path. The founding of Touba. After returning to Senegal for good in 1907, Bamba focused on building the Muridiya spiritual and physical foundations. He founded the city of Touba, which he envisioned as a spiritual sanctuary in the heart of the Murid community. Today, Touba is the second largest city in Senegal and the center of Islamic learning and worship. Its Grand Mosque, built near Bamba's mausoleum, is one of the most significant religious sites in West Africa. Touba also hosts the annual Grand Magal pilgrimage, which commemorates Bamba's exile to Gabon. This event attracts millions of visitors from around the world and serves as a testament to the enduring power of Bamba's teachings. Bamba's legacy. Amadou Bamba passed away in 1927, but his legacy continues to thrive. The Muridiya order is now one of the largest Sufi brotherhoods in the world, with millions of followers across Senegal, the Gambia, and the global diaspora. Bamba's teachings on nonviolence, education, and spiritual growth have left an indelible mark on Senegalese society, influencing not only religion but also politics and economics. The Murid community is renowned for its strong work ethic, particularly in agriculture and commerce. This economic strength has made the Muridiya a significant force in Senegal's development, while its emphasis on ethical living has contributed to the country's social cohesion. Bamba's commitment to nonviolence and peaceful resistance offers timeless lessons. In a world often characterized by division and conflict, his life stands as a powerful reminder of the transformative power of faith, resilience,
in unity. Whether you are a follower of the Muridiyya or simply someone seeking inspiration, Bamba's story challenges us to rethink the nature of resistance and the possibilities for societal change. His legacy is not just a chapter in history, it is a living testament to the enduring power of spiritual and ethical leadership.